Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at, what the hell is this thing? I don't know, my buddy let me borrow it, and you guys seem to want a review for it, so here it is. This is the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider EX8 Hunter Action Gamer Level 5. And if that doesn't tell you what it is, then nothing else can. This thing is just some crazy Kamen Rider thing. It looks like a guy in a transforming of some sort robot dinosaur dragon suit that is just colorful beyond belief. And I guess that's a better description than the actual name. But either way, it's a thing. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands, I'm going to say to the top of the head, about 15 and a half centimeters, not counting the big front horn, because that's just a little bit not fair to all the other people who don't have horns. Gives him just about 6 inches in height, so pretty much your standard size for your Kamen Rider figures, plus the horn, and he's got a lot of bulk, obviously. However, a lot of this bulk is not necessarily conducive to proper action figure design because it limits the articulation quite a bit. So anybody that gets this, you're going to have to get it just for the aesthetic. He's going to be one of those figures where it's expected, but he's not going to be incredibly posable. You'll get some out of him, but not a whole bunch. And I think that's probably okay. I don't think anybody's buying this expecting to put him into Spider-Man poses. So that's fine. The paint job is super clean. I haven't noticed a single spot that looks like it needs to be worked on, especially the shiny blue. I really like that. It's so clean. Very, very nicely done. The yellow, of course, I guess could use a little bit more, or a little bit less opacity. Is that the more opacity? How do you phrase that? Opacity is the level at which something is transparent. Or opaque. No, it's the opaque is the root word. Science. Opaque is the root, so that means it's the level of non-transparent. So you want more opacity. There you go, we figured it out. You can see through the yellow is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it's very, very nicely done. I love it in terms of objectivity. It is objectively really well executed. Subjectively, I couldn't care less. It looks kind of weird to me, but I'm not a Kamen Rider person. I haven't watched it before, so. Alright, let's talk about accessories because there are only a few different hands. We have 2 fist hands, and then we have 3 different sets of style pose hands. And that's it. That's it. Kind of. There is kind of 2 other / 1 other accessories. There's something in parentheses there. These little things on the front here can be taken out of here and placed over here in his little holster thingy. So I'm guessing how it works is he does a Kamen Rider thing and pulls it out from here, plugs it into here, pulls on this little handle thingy, and stuff happens. That's what I'm guessing. That seems to be a Kamen Rider type thing. But that's as much as I can tell you about that. But these 2 guys right here come off. And one can go in there at a time. That's it. Nothing crazy, but that counts as an accessory, I guess. As far as the articulation goes, all of this apparatus back here is just one solid chunk. Nothing here moves. The head is also just one solid chunk. It's not like you can open or close the mouth. It's just one head. But it does seem to be on a ball peg on top of the neck. So it moves around well enough, I guess. And then the neck itself, it seems to be on a ball peg. But it's very stiff or just has no range. I can't quite tell. And again, since I'm borrowing this, I can't like yank on it or anything because I don't want to break his stuff. But it's functional enough, as much as you can expect a giant dinosaur head on top of a helmet. So it's okay. The shoulder pads are on a ball peg, which is not the best design. There's no hinge to them, just a ball peg. Well, is there? Okay, so there's a hinge in here, not over here. So it's kind of, it's okay. Like I said, you're not getting this for posability. And then this guy back here is on a ball peg, so that'll move around. So it's not bad. It's just having the hinge here instead of here is weird. Straight peg to a hinge. Should have been the other way around. It would have had better range. But that's okay. It works well enough. As you can see, we can get it out of the way. So the arm is connected on a ball peg with minimal range. But then we have our standard ball hinge with better range. You can raise the arm pretty well. And if you put the shoulder pad in place, you still get that range. But you have this thing in the way too. So again, not so much posability. Bicep swivel is fine. Of course, you have your full rotation, not counting the shoulder pad. It's technically a double jointed elbow, but the top joint doesn't really accomplish much. So you really just end up with a 90-degree bend, which is okay. And then for the wrists, let's see what the wrists are. You have to be very careful with the wrists because you have all this stuff over here that doesn't come off. So the wrists are your standard tiny little ball hinge. Just be careful swapping out hands because you don't want to break these little dinosaur hands off. I guess this is a gun because it's not sharp. I don't know, guys. Then we have a single ball peg for the upper torso, single ball peg for the lower torso. This little silver plate right here in the front can move around, but not very much, just like the upper torso. It has minimal range. Lower torso, though, is not bad. Pretty good range out of that. Floating belt piece is floating. You can rotate it below the belt or above the belt because of that, so that's kind of useful for posing. For the hips, standard Kamen Rider hips, pretty much full splits, pretty close anyway. That's good. I like that. And then going forward, pretty good range. So this is the Kamen Rider design that they've been using for a long time for the hips, and it's not unlike the new design for the Dragon Ball figures. They kind of copied the ideas from this to that. Obviously, it's much cleaner on a smoother body like this, but very nicely executed here. Thigh swivel is good. Double jointed knee is fine. And then for the ankle, it's not the best. You have a true ankle rocker, but it's minimal. And then you have a hinge, which is minimal. And then you have a rotation, which is fine, but kind of useless. So again, it's a figure you're going to buy not for a lot of posability, just to put him in kind of like a hero pose and let him look cool. And it's good at that. So I have to give it top marks. It does what it's supposed to do, and it does it pretty well. So I'd say go ahead and get it if you know what the heck this thing is and like it. You'll be all set. Thanks for watching, guys. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. That does help me out a whole bunch. And if you want to subscribe, you might be happy about doing that, because I do have new content out just about every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. Plenty of things for you guys to watch here. So make sure you subscribe, turn on that little notification thingy, and in the meantime, keep collecting.